The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Gators offense takes the field for the first time today. The Sunshine State is so rich in talent. The players have known each other in many cases for a long time, and that brings the intensity to a fever pitch.
And they do not like each other, Reese. 3 of the 4 years that I was a part of this rivalry game, there were bench-clearing brawls in the middle of the field before opening kickoff. This game just feels different.
And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, Florida! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Florida's offense will get the ball for the first time. A big challenge for both of these quarterbacks, Jesse, is dealing with a ball-hawking free safety on the other side.
Well, you're right, Reese. QBs better be good with their eyes. Better not stare down wide receivers in this one, because if you float the ball down the middle of the field, that's getting picked.
And these guys are going to be right in the middle of the field, flying all over the field, and quarterbacks will make sure that they are locked in and not throwing the ball near those guys.
Seminoles were able to squeak out a close one the last time they saw the Gators.
And in that game, the Seminoles just made more plays. It reminded me of back in 1998 when we lost up in Tallahassee and essentially knocked us out of the national championship picture. That's the impact these games have in this rivalry. It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands. And it makes me think back to old great Seminole running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
First down, physicality in this football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got it first. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Croman Hope. Buys a little extra time. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. Good line on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years. Not always dual threats. Sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie. And guys that maybe they weren't runners, but, man, they made the...
Got some room after the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Trying to barge in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Tries again to get it in. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. What will the offense dial up on 3rd and goal? Easy. Pushes ahead. Just hammer it with this running back again. He noses his way into the end zone.
I knew this offense wanted to come into this one establishing the run, guys. They didn't even attempt to throw on their first first drive. They were more physical. They were pushing guys around up front. This guy caps it off with a nice touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Coming out with it, it's Hawkins. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Here comes the offense on second down. Here's the handoff. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Now, I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people will see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Trying play action. Looking for an open area to his left. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple of carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that run.
They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And listen, the quarterback drops back. He's going through his progressions, but sees zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, get to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd down, going up top. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. And the Gators will send out the punt unit. That's the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
On the ground, it's West. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. He's going to pass. Gets it out fast. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down at the 40. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Coleman Hope. It's complete to the left. Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And the Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. This time they'll go to the running game. And he is swarmed under a host The defender's there to make the stop. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He's looking for an open man on second down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. And the Noles come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try the run. They make the stop of this running game. Moves the change as they get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground. He's got it again. Trying to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
Well, this game certainly doesn't have the longevity historically that a lot of other rivalries have in college football, but this game always means so much. It impacts the conference championship race, the national championship race, and the Heisman Trophy race.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. Third and long. Wants to throw. It's Coleman Hope. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it. So he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have fourth down.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. And with that, they take the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Oklahoma was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Sooners performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program.
They'll throw it on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Abrams.
It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. On second down, he's looking downfield. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this, hurry their thought process. They're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching you. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Leaves it with the running back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick release on the RPO. Crosses the 30. He's got away. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Direct snap. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They'll run it on first and goal. Forges ahead for one to the 8-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Now the play fake. Finds his big tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in the zones. Got to get him involved.
Snap it to the back. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Instead of opting for the chip shot field goal attempt and tying the game, these guys want to take the lead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gators!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, or you trust him right away.
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lined up.
Looking to throw, it's Croman Hope. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The Seminoles decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game.
Oh, look out. There he goes. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little kind of push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
Caught over the middle. It's Abrams.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Now on second down. They'll go with a direct snap. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and
first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Buys a little time. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easier on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. That's caught. It's Abrams. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
As a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And for my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field, making the nice tackle.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Hawkins. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Man, this guy has had an amazing year all season long. He has stepped up and made plays for his team when they needed it most. And with that last completion, he's now crossed 4,000 yards passing for the year.
The Gators will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Quarterback will audible. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Into the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And you just got to wonder if the pass rush affected the QB's accuracy on that throw. He had his guy wide open in the end zone, but he had to throw a split second faster than he wanted to, and the ball got away from him.
He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Florida. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's his second receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Gonna run it. It's West. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Back to pass, it's Croman Hope. He makes the connection. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Gibson. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. And for the second time, they'll go for the field goal. The first one was good, and they'll try from 42. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. They'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half.
Gentlemen, seldom with a rational turn irrational the way they do when these two teams and fan bases get together in the Sunshine Showdown. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some fraud. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Florida State and Florida plays out.
And the Gators will line up to kickoff and start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you got to get a little more aggressive.
The Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. They move the tight end all over. They'll ride the hot hand. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They go to the ground. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Noles have this offense rolling.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Back to the ground with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Looking downfield, it's Croman Hope. Fires to the big fella. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Feeling some heat. He's got his man. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun. Give on the inside. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And good job by the defense. The defense clearly knew they were going to the football. Double coverage out wide, making sure they don't get on the
punt team sends it the other way. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last one looked like a back-breaking drive, David, but they ended up punting.
Yeah, and they put some plays together, put some yards together, but the most important stat is putting points on the board. And this offense has to finish, Jesse, when they get across that 50-yard line and start getting in scoring territory.
Yeah, there was some good execution, no doubt about it, but I think it's the critical down and distances, third down in particular. They've got to be better moving forward.
They'll go right back to him. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Come to the line at the 42, facing a third and short. Looking for a man. It's Croman Hope. Finds his tight end. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach.
One of the things I love about this defense, great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen.
Direct snap. The Gators get it past the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Hines is way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run and get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Trying to escape and get it himself. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. The Gators will call on their punt team. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, Dave, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the heels.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. They're going to run it. Plows through the defense. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you got to love this if you're the defensive coordinator because your defense stayed disciplined. They didn't over-pursue to the running back. They stayed home, played great with their eyes, and they were able to make the tackle.
Back to throw, it's Croman Hope. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Slipping, and this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. You see a defensive lineman come up with a play like that, make the sack, they start building some momentum to impose their will up front.
Man, there ain't nothing better than getting a stack. That's what you keep track of on defensive line. You're like, yeah, I already got one. You start keeping a tally of how many you can get. That's what you dream about. You dream about getting to the quarterback. Yes, tackles are nice. I want sacks. I want that QB on the ground.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter of the space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. It picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense a little bit.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He wants to pass it on second down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Anytime a blitz gets home that fast, I'm going to call it a lot, okay? I'm going to use this one time and time again until they find some answers to how we got that linebacker to the quarterback that fast.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got his man quickly. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on fourth down.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to throw, it's Croman Hope. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the second play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. He'll keep it himself. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
This defense really has their hands full, guys. They got to play with great eye discipline because they don't know who's going to be keeping the football in the run game. And that time, you saw the QB. He was able to kind of skirt his way to get some positive yards.
It's good.
And look, obviously you would have loved to score a touchdown there, but you did the important thing. You kicked a field goal, you're now within one possession. Can your defense get you the football back, and can your offense drive the field and put it in the end zone? This is what you practice for. Let's see if they can go execute, fellas.
Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Gator. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take his touchback. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
Dropping back, it's Croman Hope. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down.
And I love working the slot receiver. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a line.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now we can put a few first downs together. We're looking really good.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Snap it to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They'll go with a direct snap. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and way to be creative. Way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly. Get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollock, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.